Hello. How you doing, Kat? Hopefully you had a good evening. What's up? What's your question? That's good. This? God. This is a car from Fast and the Furious. The RX-7. Yeah. Yeah, you can ask anything and I'll be open about it. I don't want to... Yeah. But I wanted to talk about today mostly about what life is later down the road. And how people's minds are manipulated by the educational system and a bunch of other stuff that has to do with the lines of that. And I'll get to that, but it has to do with about the educational system. You gotta look at this is just going off my mind, and you gotta look at how many people go out of college with either an AA, bachelor's, master's, and all these lines of knowing what they want to do. But 95% of those people that get out of college and wanting to pursue, and let's just say a doctor, this, that, 95% of those people end up not even pursuing in those jobs. They end up going out of college not knowing what they want to do, and that's completely normal. Also, having to tell people what type of job they want to do, even though they're put in this position to where it's their only choice, but that's people telling them that, if you know what I mean. They don't open their mind to what they actually want to do because money is a big involvement in that. They like, oh, I want to become a doctor because they make so and so much money each year, and that's the main reason. Like for me personally, I don't know what I want to do in the future, but that's completely normal. That's not what people understand around our age, is that they don't completely get the fact that there is something for them out there, but they yet don't know, if you know what I mean. And that's the thing that is so big with our generation. Yes, I do want to study law, but I'm kind of flustered with the things that I want to do outside of law because law hasn't been the only thing that I've wanted to do. It's not one of those things that I want to get. The main reason why I wanted to become a law student is because I wanted to become a police officer, but with becoming a police officer has nothing to do about you going to school. Yes, it does in some sorts. Like a bachelor's is really good for people that are applying for positions of policeman work or policewoman work. But a lot of people that get those jobs, like they always ask a question about like, oh, what do you know about what is it called? They get questioned about the stuff they studied for in college for police, and half the people, more than half the time, they don't know what they want to do. I mean, the answer to that question. That so that brings them to telling them, "Oh, I don't know," and then they don't get that job. But then you have those people that actually do study and actually venture off into their mind of law to where they learn each and every different types of laws out there, not like a bunch of cops out there that like there already are, that don't know their actual laws, and they're not informed because they didn't want to learn because they're too lazy. And that's why you see on the media all these cops making these bad decisions. And there are a lot of cops out there that actually do that. But I'm not saying that there are a lot of cops out there that actually do study the stuff they want to. It's like any line of work. But the thing that I hate most when people say, oh, I hate cops, this, that, who are you going to call when you're in trouble? Let's just say someone in your household has a knife and they're threatening you. Who are you going to call? If you say you hate the cops and I hate how the government works, but in some lines of way, government does actually work. I can't just go to any freaking gun store I want to in California, especially California. They're very strict on their gun laws because it's a liberal state. With me going to a gun store, I can't just say, oh, I want this gun and this and that, because I have to put through a background check, and that has to be putting through a background check has to do with them checking your records, whether or not you've been a felon. That's where the government does actually work. And it does work in a lot of other cases. And I'm not saying that the government somehow works and doesn't work. Because that's the way I look at it as. But that's just how... What am I thinking of? Give me a second. But going back to school, I personally don't believe that you have to go to school to know what you want to do later down the future. Me spending, like, my mom's a counselor at a college, and I was overhearing, like, you've 60 units, so that's a class for 3 units. I think it works like that. So that's a total of 20 classes. That's $50,000 US. That's a lot. But in the end, is it worth it towards getting a couple dollars paid more at the beginner start of the job you want, knowing that you're going to be in debt for years? Like my mom, she just paid off her debt, and that was over 20 years. That's a lot of your life taken away just for paying for something that you could learn for free off the internet, just so you can get that job you want. And I don't typically agree with the whole paying for something to get a little in return. That's the thing that's really messed up with our job economy right now. Not because of COVID or anything. COVID kind of has nothing to do about it, because this has been going on years before that. And it sucks because there's people that have all this information and knowledge about, let's just say, like, becoming, let's just say any job. You have all that knowledge for that one job. And there's someone that comes in the line. Let's just say you've been in this line of work for like 10 years and you have this promotion coming up to where, oh, like, I have this because I've been here for this long. I have this many years of school. Like, I got this. Someone comes into play and they have no experience in the field you're working in. They have no experience in school. They have nothing. But yet they're placed above you on a bracket of getting hired. That's what works a lot nowadays. I don't want to bring any politics into this at all. That's the last thing I want to do. But that's how it works nowadays. White privilege is a thing in the past. I'm white personally, and I'm not saying that I'm not another race. I'm just saying, based off of my skin color, I've applied to many jobs here and there, and just because you're gonna hire someone based off of their skin color is a thing in the past. This ain't the 40s. Yes, it was a thing. This ain't the 40s and 50s anymore. Crazy to think that it's already 2021. I don't want to say 2022, but even though it killed me. I just wish that it's gonna be 2020. Crazy to think that. I just don't want people to look at me saying this. Oh, like I think that college is there for a good reason, and for like good example, doctors. You have to know what you're doing for a doctor, and I think school is a good option for that. An essential thing. Getting your... I'm not saying school's meant for everyone. No, it's not. The school isn't meant for me. I don't believe in school or what I want to do. But a doctor is a good example for that. A lot of other things. Like today, cosmetology is actually a really good one. Barber school. But some people don't need those. That's... Some people are just born naturally with cutting hair. But especially with living in California, a lot of people look at money. That's what a lot of people is driven to go to college for, making money. But that also has to do with 95% of people having a job that they hate just because it's for the money. 90 That's sad to think that people work day in out 40 to 60 hours weekly just for a paycheck at the end of the week. And I do get it, like money is important, but it's nothing more important than your family. Nothing more important than that. And that's why a lot of people go broke. And that's why a lot of people that are born in a poor family end up getting really wealthy. Like look at Bill Gates. Look at the owner of Amazon. No, they weren't originally super poor, but they didn't have enough money growing up. That's the reason why they... Like Mark's... is it Mark Zuckerberg? The guy who owns Facebook? Him. He may not have been poor, but he didn't want to live that lifestyle. He hated college. The guy that... Okay, for example, the guy that created college... Never went to college. That's respectable. Why would you... It's like, why would you start your own business and go to your own trade school if you already know everything about it? You know what I mean? But if you guys have any other questions or anything, feel free to ask. I'm an open book. I'm not gonna just disagree with you just to disagree with you. I'm gonna go off of what I think is right or wrong. Everyone has their own opinion. That's the main reason why I don't typically like to... I wouldn't mind motivating people in a way. A motivational speaker, I wouldn't mind that. Yes, there are gonna be people that are gonna disagree with me, but that's normal. That's normal. You are gonna have people that are gonna give you threats and here and there. That's happened to me before, but you gotta look at it and be like, it's life, you're gonna have these things in the way, and what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be on it, be a little bitch and sit in the corner and cry? Or are you gonna be a man about it and just push it to the side and not worry about it at all? Because at the end of the day, would you rather be alive or dead? And it's in the lines of, would you rather be thinking about you dying based off these people's threats, or would you want to be living it? Not have any worries or anything. Oh, you went too wide, buddy. change my car. Bad. Ew.